From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Monday morning. Hope you had an awesome weekend out there. The weather for sure was superb. We're going to have more of that for this week. Highs in the 70s and 80s for this week. The forecast staying mostly dry. Could have some very small shower and thunderstorm chances for Wednesday and Saturday, and it will turn windy once again for Friday and Saturday. Okay, current wind gusts not really that much of a factor. It is a little bit breezy in the Kittitas Valley, but elsewhere looks like the winds are pretty light. Current temperatures are mild, 52 for the Tri-Cities, 54 for Walla Walla, and 49 degrees in Yakima. Okay, here's your coat cast for this Monday on this first day of June. For the Tri-Cities, it's going to be light jacket weather up through 9:30, 10 a.m. After that, it's going to be t-shirt weather, as we will have a mixture of sun and clouds for today. I think maybe the clouds more so going to win out for the lower Columbia Basin as opposed to the rest of our lower elevation microclimates. But all in all, a nice day. Highs getting into the 70s and 80s, and more of that on tap for this week, which I'll talk about coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
And right now, 50-foot trees toppled and power lines down in Moses Lake. The recovery efforts following the severe storm emergency. Plus, Kennewick's growing needs drive plans for a new city hall. The budget strategy leaders are considering. And Benton County organizations have a chance to secure crime prevention funding. The selection process for these critical grants.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good Monday morning to you. Thank you so much for starting your day off with us here on Good Morning Northwest. I'm Wendy Redman. Your time is approaching 5:02. The city of Kennewick is moving forward with plans for a new city hall, but questions remain about how the project would be funded. City officials are reviewing three options: building at the Museum of Keewaydin site, constructing a new facility near 6th and Auburn, or renovating the current city hall. No decision has been made on a location, but leaders say they're now examining funding options such as a bond as they prepare for future budgets and other major city projects.
What we're probably looking at is we do have a good reserve within our capital fund, so we're hoping that we can replace the pool with our reserve funds, and then we would have to bond for the city hall project.
City officials say they will continue studying both the costs and community impacts of the project before making a final decision on the future of City Hall. Authorities are investigating right now after a body was found Friday morning in the area of Lions Park in Wapato. Wapato police say there is no known threat to the public, but nearby schools were notified and students were not exposed to the scene. The investigation is now being led by the Yakima Nation Police Department and the FBI. Anyone with any information is asked to contact Yakima Nation Police. Benton County is accepting applications for a program that funds local crime prevention efforts. Officials are seeking proposals for the 2027 and 2028 Gang and Crime Prevention Initiative, funded through the county's public safety sales tax. The program supports organizations that work to reduce crime by helping youth, families, and other at-risk groups. Past participants include the Boys and Girls Club, Safe Harbors My Friend's Place, and Nurse Family Partnership.
We really are looking down on what their expected outcomes are, and do we feel like that with the money that we give them, what their overall plan with that money is, are they going to achieve those expected outcomes?
County officials expect to award between $1.8 and $2 million in funding for the 2-year grant cycle. The search for Pasco's next police chief is moving forward this morning. City officials announced 5 finalists who will interview for the position on June 10th. The candidates are Jeff Bratcher, Brent Cook, David Ellis, Jen Miles, and Bill Paramore. Some already live in the Tri-Cities and work for Pasco PD, while others come from outside Washington State. Following the interviews, the candidates will take part in a community meet and greet, which is open to the public. Pasco residents can also submit questions for a formal Q&A panel through the city's website, and you can do that until 5 p.m. on June 3rd. The new chief will replace Ken Roski, who recently retired. The current interim chief is Brent Cook. Residents in Grant County are still cleaning up after they lost power during Thursday night's thunderstorms. Apple Valley News Now's Caleb Stipkovitz takes us out to Moses Lake and shows us some of the damage.
Fallen 50-foot-tall trees are scattered across McCosh Park and Moses Lake. The morning after rain, lightning, and high winds rocked the town.
Yeah, I was jogging just around this neighborhood right here. Trees were falling, rain was coming down, and I heard somebody laughing over there. It was hysterical.
Trees like this one and several power lines fell down during the storm, causing many power outages, which led the Moses Lake School District to cancel all of its Friday classes. The Moses Lake Fire Department says it got 21 calls Thursday night for downed power lines. And in total, Grant County PUD says that 6,000 customers lost power during the storm. As of Friday afternoon, 900 are still left in the dark. One Moses Lake resident says he felt prepared for the storm, but he worries that the same couldn't be said for everyone in town.
Still saw a lot of people out driving around after dark in the middle of the storm, and surprisingly a lot of them were driving fast. I don't know what that was for.
The Moses Lake Fire Department says that it's important to stay inside when lightning strikes, and there are several outdoor items that homeowners need to make sure are safe and secure.
Trampolines, barbecue grills, patio furniture, any umbrellas that you may have outside, any lawn decorations that could potentially fly away, end up in your neighbor's yard, damage your vehicle or someone else's vehicle or even your home. It's important to secure those, whether it be inside or find a way to secure them to the ground.
Parks, streets, and other city departments are working to clean up the damage that was done by the storm. Reporting from Moses Lake, Caleb Stipkovitz, Apple Valley News Now.
The Moses Lake Parks and Rec Department is asking residents not to cross the yellow tape that is blocking off several fallen trees. So a heads up out there. Gomez Farm in Grandview says their U-pick will not be returning this cherry season. They cite the challenging weather as the cause and its significant impact to their crops, specifically the warm day temperatures followed by freezing conditions at night. They add they hope to open next season and thank the public for their continued support, loyalty, and understanding. Washington State Governor Bob Ferguson ordered flags across the state to be lowered to half staff following the deadly industrial tragedy in Longview. Flags are at 8 state agency facilities will remain at half staff through Sunday, June 7th or until the morning of Monday, June 8th. The governor also encouraging local governments, businesses, and residents to join in on honoring the victims. And when we return, friends and family remember the victims of Tuesday's workplace tragedy at that Washington packaging plant. The stories of lives cut short and a community in mourning. And Chief Meteorologist Josh Culbreth coming back with more on your Monday morning forecast and beyond. Here is a live look out to Kennewick as you get your day started. What kind of high temperatures are we looking at for today and over the next several days? He'll break it down for us after this.
Get ready, Yakima! Sprint Boat Racing returns to State Fair Park on June 13th and 14th for a weekend full of heart-pounding excitement, presented by Pendleton Excavating and Paving. Don't miss these 1,500 horsepower jet boats race against the clock through a twisted water course at 80 miles per hour. Get your general admission or VIP experience tickets along with pit passes now at the State Fair Park box office or online at statefairpark.org.
This summer, turn moments into lifelong memories with Broadmoor RV. Feel the thrill of adventure and the warmth of togetherness. Explore the great outdoors with the comfort of home and let every adventure become a story worth sharing. Broadmoor RV, we make camping fun.
Every home starts with a move. Not just the one to a new address, but the moves along the way. The choices, the negotiations. In those moments, certainty matters. That's why Windermere Group 1 agents are trained, supported, and prepared for every step. Because when it's time to move, you should be sure you're making the right one. Windermere Group 1. Confidence in every move.
Spring is here and everything's in bloom at Queensgate Gardens. Bright flowering hanging baskets, fresh color, and garden-ready plants are waiting for you. Swing by in Richland and make your space pop. Queensgate Gardens, your spring starts here.
In the Korean War, Fred served his country with honor. Then he came home to serve his community, opening Fred's Appliance, a store built on trust, family, and service. 64 years later, we're still family-owned, still local, and still here for you. This Memorial Day, we honor those who served like Fred and invite you to check out what's on sale. Swing into Fred's today and discover unbeatable deals on the largest selection of in-stock, get-it-today inventory in the region. At Fred's, we sell appliances, only appliances.
This is what everyone's talking about.
And the slam!
This is Winner Take All. It's all happening now on the home of the NBA Finals. Don't miss it on ABC and the ESPN app.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Remember, last week our high temperatures were all over the map. This week, a lot more steady. So for today in Yakima, here's your day planner forecast. Going to be sunny and 75 around lunchtime, and then up around 80 degrees for the warmest part of the day. Going with 81 for the Tri-Cities, right at 80 in Yakima. We'll have mid-70s up and down the Blue Foothills and in the Kittitas Valley as well. Okay, high temperatures. I'd say the trend over the next 7 days is going to be subtly cooler, although if this extended one more day out to next Monday, we would be back into the 80s in Yakima. So it all is going to come out in the wash, but in general, pretty normal stuff for the first week of June. Granted, we will be about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than normal by the time we get to Saturday, right at 70 in Yakima. Okay, the UV index on a scale from 1 to 11 for today is going to be a 7. That means that your skin could burn within 15 to 25 minutes. So just be sure that you're putting on the SPF at least 30 and that you are at least reapplying every 2 hours. Okay, pollen counts also going to go back up for this week. They're going to be in that medium high category. The top allergens being grasses, nettle, and alder. If this impacts you, then have the allergy meds on standby. And the pollen not going to be helped out by this. We're going to be mostly dry over the next 7 days, although there are some small chances for showers and thunderstorms Wednesday and Saturday. We'll talk about those coming up in a few minutes.
The names of more victims of Tuesday's deadly chemical tank rupture in Longview continue to circulate on social media, while friends and family arrange more fundraisers to try to help victims' families in the only way many know how. On Saturday, the 9th and final body was recovered. Celine Stevens has the latest.
Javier Sanchez was friends with Braden Finkus, who worked at the Nippon Dynawave Packaging Company.
One of the most selfless individuals you'll ever meet.
Finkus and his partner Caitlin were going to get married and had a trip to Italy coming up in 2 weeks.
We don't have closure yet. I think for us is, a struggle of what's exactly happening.
Finkus is one of the 9 who remain missing after Tuesday morning's deadly chemical tank rupture.
It was just such an unexpected situation that you just never expect to go to work and not come home, especially in the manner that, all of that happened.
As the days go by, the pain only increases for the community.
It's just heartbreaking. The families, it's just, everybody knows everybody in this little community, and we all love each other, and we're just all praying for the families.
For some, prayer is what's giving them hope.
The mill is a very important part of our community, and everybody knows everybody. And I think even if you don't know anyone, I didn't know anyone personally, but we're all still really affected because it's a tight-knit community.
For many of those involved in the church, they know of fellow church members who were lost in this tragedy.
We've been able to see online again the various churches who are saying, so-and-so went to my church and this person went to my church, and the grief that comes along with that.
Angel Heron with the nonprofit Love in the Name of Christ did not lose anybody in Tuesday morning's incident, but she has family that's now a part of the cleanup effort.
A family member of mine works for CCS, Cowlitz Clean Sweep, and he's there aiding in the cleanup which is also very frightening for his wife and all his daughters.
She worries about his physical and mental well-being.
He showed up after work and he says it's pretty gruesome. It's very sad for him. Very stoic, and it's very emotional for him. He's a soft-hearted guy, and he loves people, and it's really affecting him.
Braden and his partner Caitlin were together for 14 years, and Sanchez says he was 37 years old. Your time is 5:15 here on your Monday morning. Still to come, will dry conditions stick around for this week? Find out with Chief Meteorologist Josh Culbreth on the other side of the break, and he's also looking ahead to the coming days as well. Keep it here.
The perfect song for Carl's Jr. Sourdough Star. Get it for just $5.99. So repeat after us. The real Sourdough Star, just $5.99, only at Carl's Jr.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through July 31st, receive rebates up to $1,400 off on a new Daikin Fit system when paired with an eligible Daikin ductless system at Bruce Heating and Air.
At the Pacific Campus, our medical care for seniors is built with intention. We take time, we listen, we create personalized plans designed for strength, clarity, and longevity. And because your care is inside the PC, wellness isn't separate from your healthcare. It's part of it. Membership isn't required, but many choose it to stay active and connected. Call, text, or stop by. We're always here for you. Your fourth quarter matters. Let's play it strong.
STCU and Apple Valley News Now honor local volunteers by sharing their stories and donating $1,000 to their favorite charities. Click on contests at applevalleynewsnow.com to nominate someone who's making a difference in Benton and Franklin counties.
Do you own a house you need to get out of? Hi, I'm Garrett with Resolve Home Buyers, and I buy houses for cash. I buy it all, from junk houses to nice homes, multifamily units, small apartment buildings, heck, even mobile homes on acreage. And I make it easy. There's no realtors, no banks, no commissions, no fees. I want to buy your house. Call me. I'll come see it, make you a fair cash offer, and then we'll close when you're ready.
Call 509-599-1022. 509-599-1022.
Apple Valley News Now's Young Hearts thanks Shelby's Floral and Hapo Community Credit Union for supporting Bikes for Tykes. If you know a child who needs a bike but can't afford one, click Bikes for Tykes on our website. From Shelby's Floral, Hapo Community Credit Union, and Apple Valley News Now.
The perfect song for Carl's Jr. Sourdough Star. Get it for just $5.99. So repeat after us. The real Sourdough Star, just $5.99, only at Carl's Jr.
This newscast sponsored by Multicare Yakima Memorial Hospital. Excellence you can trust. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Culbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Our forecast is going to be mostly dry over the next 7 days. There's going to be a few caveats to that. And so the reason why our forecast will be mostly dry is because of this area of high pressure, and high pressure usually keeps us dry, kind of acts as a weather force field. But this storm system that's cooking off in the Pacific right now, it will try to bring us some rain chances as we head into Wednesday. Now for the Tri-Cities, for now, going with the no rain chances over the next 7 days. But as we get more model data in, if this turned into like a 10% or a 20% chance for Wednesday, I wouldn't be too shocked. Of course, you can see day by day, even hour by hour precip chances for your exact home address location by downloading our Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather app, free in the App Store or on Google Play. There's another storm system as we head into this weekend. Looks like it could bring some decent rainfall totals to the Cascades, up around a half an inch of rainfall specifically for Snoqualmie Pass. So that's just, good to to get some moisture on some of that vegetation up in the Cascades, because we do have another round of winds that we're tracking as we head into Friday and Saturday. Not going with alert days for either of those days, but it will be windy and the vegetation is going to be very dry for both these days. So for Friday, gusts across the map anywhere between, let's say, 20 to 35 miles per hour. You see our vegetation dryness going to come in at that level 3 out of 5. It will be very dry out there. Then for Saturday, once again, gusts this time looking like 25 to 35 miles per hour. Once again, the vegetation dryness going to come in at that level 3 out of 5, very dry. So if we did see some vegetation fires sparking up on Friday or Saturday, wouldn't come as the biggest surprise, but it's not going to be dry or windy enough for us to officially go with alert days. But of course, we're going to keep a close eye on things. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. 80s through Friday, then back down into the mid-70s this weekend. In Yakima, small chances for showers and storms Wednesday and Saturday. And then for Ellensburg, a stretch of windy weather from Wednesday through Saturday. In Hermiston, a dry forecast with highs in the 80s, then 70s, turning windy Friday and Saturday. And finally, for Walla Walla, a pleasant late spring forecast. Technically, meteorological summer begins for today, but to the rest of us, to the normal folks, it's still spring out there. But a pleasant late spring forecast with lots of sunshine and highs in the 70s and 80s.
All right, yes, to all of us here. All right, to making a difference now, the fight against cystic fibrosis brought the Tri-Cities community together this weekend for the annual Great Strides Walk and Run. Here's some video of years past. Christy McAllister, Senior Development Director with the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation Washington, Alaska chapter, says the event is focused on funding research toward a cure.
Organizers say the event raises awareness and support for families affected by the disease. Apple Valley News Now had a team that walked this year, and our very own Austin Reed was the MC. While we are working to get the exact amount of money raised, Austin says it was more than $60,000. So tune in to Apple Valley News Now this evening as we'll have more details on this event.
Yeah, and we had a lot of folks out there. They were saying, Josh, perfect weather.
Perfect weather.
Yep. Yep. Our director said that there was a nice light breeze, but it wasn't so much that it was, like blowing everybody's hair all around or anything like that, but it was just enough to keep things cool for everybody walking and running. So
good, especially after the weak of weather that we had last week. It's good that it ended with a good weekend.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right, your time is 5:22. Still ahead, a new horror film takes the top spot at the box office this weekend. We'll tell you what movies audiences are just flocking to go see.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
Behold, the DQ $7 meal deal with $2 Blizzard upgrade. Proof that saving big doesn't have to mean eating small. Full-sized foods, fully flavorful. It's fulfillment that tastes like fulfillment. Try it with the limited time drumstick with peanuts Blizzard and really let your full flag fly. The $7 meal deal. DQ, happy tastes good.
Jack, tell me one core value you live by.
Good things come to those who order my much better deals for $4.99. Choose between a Junior Jumbo Jack meal or Junior Chicken Sandwich meal. Some say be the change. I say keep the change.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Everyone deserves to be connected. Big cities, small towns, everywhere in between. And staying connected shouldn't break the bank. That's why T-Mobile and US Cellular have joined forces. And now that we've combined networks, T-Mobile covers more places than ever before. America's best network just got bigger. Join now and your plan price is guaranteed for 5 years. T-Mobile and US Cellular, better together.
Vance has been keeping homes comfortable since 1986. We've got you covered for heating, cooling, and electric. We do it all. Don't leave it to chance. Call Vance.
Well, move over Mandalorian. There's a new #1 movie at the box office this weekend.
Yeah, Rick Damigella has the countdown.
This isn't the 1950s. Dads stay home all the time.
The family comedy The Breadwinner debuted in 5th place with $7.5 million.
I knew you were different the moment you were born.
The King of Pop biopic Michael slipped from 3rd to 4th place on ticket sales of $11.7 million.
The kid will live centuries beyond me. I won't always be around to protect him.
Star Wars, The Mandalorian and Grogu dropped out of hyperspace and fell from 1st place to 3rd with $25 million.
It's weird how you two are dating all of a sudden. Like super dating.
The horror yarn Obsession held on to 2nd place, adding $26.4 million to its North American box office total, pushing it past the $100 million mark.
All these rooms, this place builds them. It's like a maze that just goes on and on.
The psychological horror film Backrooms dominated in its debut. The movie, based on an internet-published horror story, scared up $81.5 million and a #1 debut in its opening weekend. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
I think I'm claustrophobic just looking at that. Did you see the walls cave in? I immediately felt like going like this. I don't know, I get very immersed in This is why I can't watch horror movies, because it impacts me.
I saw Backrooms over the weekend. I did.
You did?
I saw it in theaters. It was very good. I know that the reviews are pretty mixed, but I'm in the camp of I thought it was excellent, and I would recommend it. If you're into like sort of internet meme, horror, lore kind of stuff, then...
Did it have a lot of jump scare in it?
No, it's analog horror, so it's more, it's a slow burn. Yeah.
It's just going to mess with you mentally for a while.
Yeah, I saw it Saturday night. All Sunday, I was like staring off into space, pondering. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, still to come. Firefighters contain a fast-moving brush fire that burned more than 100 acres. The emergency response that kept structures safe. Plus, your water filter cartridges may need replacing in East Sela. The maintenance preventing further contamination. You need to know about that. But first, your Tech Bites. In today's Tech Bites, after several delays, Apple is now expected to launch its first smart glasses late next year. They'll reportedly come in multiple colors and frame styles. According to Bloomberg, the glasses will have built-in cameras, speakers, and microphones. They're expected to cost between $200 and $500. Next, NVIDIA is entering the personal computer chip market, taking on the likes of Intel and Apple. NVIDIA announcing the RTX Spark, which it says is the most efficient PC chip ever built. The company says less powerful versions of the chip will come later at lower prices. Finally, Dell is introducing a new budget-friendly laptop. The XPS 13 is Dell's thinnest XPS laptop ever and weighs just over 2 pounds at a cost of about $600 for students. It's meant to take on Apple's budget model, the MacBook Neo. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Sophie Flay. Have a great day.
Feel more you than ever without compromise. At TJ Maxx, you can afford to turn your closet into a place of endless expression. With the quality you deserve, styles you crave, and prices you love. Max, what makes you, you.
What is that musty smell?
Oh, damn.
Damn. Oh, damn.
Hey, language.
Damp-Rid traps excess moisture to eliminate musty smells. Get rid of the damp with Damp-Rid.
Ooh, real. You nasty.
Easy Off slides right through all the greasy. Then a quick rub to satisfaction. Easy Off for nasty grills.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good Monday morning to you. Hope you had a great weekend. Thank you for joining us here as we start our work week together here on Good Morning Northwest. I'm Wendy Redman, and let's start your day off with Chief Meteorologist Josh Culbreth. Josh, you were mentioning this earlier. First day of June, so how are we kicking off this month?
Yeah, it looks like the weather is going to be pretty calm for this week, at least much calmer in comparison to the last week of May. So high is going to be in the 70s and 80s, more stable this week. Forecast mostly dry, could have some small chances for showers and thunderstorms on Wednesday and Saturday, though, and then turning windy again for Friday and Saturday. Let's take you back to this morning. Current wind gusts out there, not really that much of a factor at all. It is mild as lower elevation, seeing temperatures in the 40s and 50s, 52 for the Tri-Cities, 54 for Walla Walla, a little bit cooler in the valleys, 43 for Ellensburg, 49 in Yakima. Okay, here is your CoatCast for this first day of June for the Yakima Valley, in particular for Yakima. We'll have light jacket weather through 9 a.m., 10 a.m. After that, it's going to be all t-shirt weather. As for today, highs for lower elevations going to end up in the 70s and 80s. We'll have a mixture of sun and clouds. I'm thinking that the clouds probably going to win out in the Tri-Cities, but the sunshine should win out elsewhere. We'll talk about those steady high temperatures for this first week of June coming up a little bit later in the show.
Thank you, Josh. On the fire watch, a fast-moving brush fire in Umatilla on Friday led to evacuations for residents in the area of Highway 207 and Interstate 84. This was just outside of Echo. Take a look here. Heavy smoke, limited visibility on I-84, which was closed, by the way, in both directions from milepost 182 to 188. That's near the Space Age gas station outside of Hermiston. Both directions of Highway 207 were also closed from milepost 13 to 17 while firefighters battled the flames. Heavy winds led the fire east, but we are told no structures were damaged. The fire burned nearly 104 acres before being contained early Friday evening. The Yakima Health District is reminding East Sela residents stay on top of maintenance for PFAS water filters distributed in response to contaminated wells. Officials say cartridges should be replaced every 6 months or as directed by the system to keep filters working properly. Residents are also being asked to properly dispose of used filters at the Terrace Heights Hazardous Waste Facility rather than throwing them in household trash. Health officials say proper maintenance and disposal help protect drinking water, soil, and groundwater from further contamination. As the new Pace High School nears completion, the Wapato School District is turning its attention to its next major construction project. District officials are planning a new elementary school. The two-story school will serve first through third grade students and house up to 650 children. Leaders say the project is needed because two of their existing schools are more than 70 years old and facing infrastructure challenges.
So building brand new buildings was better than remodel. It was actually cheaper to go that route. So we went out for the bond, asked for the two new buildings, and the community of Wapato really stepped up and passed those bonds for us.
District officials say construction could begin after July as the district moves forward with its long-term plan to modernize school facilities across Wapato. The city of Othello is making progress on several park projects aimed at expanding recreational options for families. Construction is underway on a new splash pad at Kiwanis Park, with city leaders hoping to open it before the end of summer. Officials are also exploring funding options to repair the city's long-closed swimming pool. It's a project expected to cost more than $2 million.
But we're currently working on a way to finance that without going to the public and asking for additional funds.
City officials say additional improvements are also planned for Kiwanis Park, including new basketball courts, playground equipment, and an expanded parking area. Tri-City Water Follies crews were hard at work along the Columbia River this weekend. Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen shows us how they begin transforming the shoreline into a full race facility ahead of spring testing.
Before the boats ever hit the water, the Columbia River is already turning into a race course. Crews with the Water Follies are in the middle of setup, installing docks, marking the pit area, and preparing safety systems that will guide the start of hydroplane season.
It's just it's a mad rush for a bit. We like to keep it organized, but as you can see, sometimes it doesn't happen. You just got to orchestrate everything.
Pit Operations Director Jack Geyer says the process starts with volunteer coordination and dock setup, much of it done in tight windows and shifting river conditions. Safety is also a constant focus, from securing shoreline equipment to monitoring unseen debris in the water.
It's an unseen thing that we can't see from shore. Just a minute ago, we were pulling garbage out of the river, so it's stuff to keep us safe.
Despite wind, changing water levels, and river hazards, crews say the goal remains the same each year: build a safe and functional course for teams and fans.
We make sure that we have a proper medical staff here. We will have a doctor, nurses, EMTs, paramedics, and then we go from making sure that they're ready to go to making sure that on the water rescue is ready to go.
Once the final buoys are in place and the boats are cleared for testing, organizers say that's when the payoff arrives.
When we are operational and I have boats on the water and the fans are cheering on the shoreline, my job is done. It was a success.
For now, it's a careful balance of preparation, safety, and timing. And all of this setup is just the first steps. Once the final buoys are in place, these waters will turn into a high-speed race course for spring testing and the start of hydroplane season. Reporting in Kennewick, Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Wow, a lot of work going on there. And beyond the competition, the event doubled as a community gathering with food trucks, family activities, and a $5 parking donation that benefited local Boy Scouts. Summer sales are arriving earlier this year. Consumer Reports shares which products are worth buying now. And right now, here is a live look out to Yakima on your Monday morning. What can you expect temperature-wise? We have had a lot of ups and downs, but where will we be today and throughout the next week? Find out after this.
This is what everyone's talking about.
And the slam!
This is Winner Take All. It's all happening now on the home of the NBA Finals. Don't miss it on ABC and the ESPN app.
When you're ready for more peace and quiet, Numerica has flexible home loans so you can get more for what you love. Numerica Credit Union. Money where it matters.
Your time is a luxury. Let your lawn reflect it. Perfection Lawn Care is your private grounds team obsessed with detail. Crisp lines, lush turf, and preventive care that stays ahead of every weed and worry. We take on the heavy work and the fine details, season after season, so you don't have to. Choose a tailored package, come home to perfection, and never lift a finger. Perfection Lawn Care. Elevate your curb appeal. We'll take it from here.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
The Y Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. At my law firm, we have a team that knows big truck wrecks. Big truck insurance companies know that we have the knowledge and experience to get you paid everything you deserve. Call the heavy hitter. When I call the insurance companies, they listen. Hit by a big truck, I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Apple Valley News Now's Young Hearts thanks Shelby's Floral and Hapo Community Credit Union for supporting Bikes for Tykes. If you know a child who needs a bike but can't afford one, click Bikes for Tykes on our website. From Shelby's Floral, Hapo Community Credit Union, and Apple Valley News Now.
Max, go get the ball. Go get the ball, Max. When you're ready for more space to play, Numerica has flexible home loans so you can get more for what you love. Numerica Credit Union. Money where it matters.
This is what everyone's talking about.
And the slam!
This is Winner Take All. It's all happening now on the home of the NBA Finals. Don't miss it on ABC and the ESPN app.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Last week, our temperatures were on quite the roller coaster ride. This week, fairly steady over the next 7 days. All right, for this Monday, for the Tri-Cities, we're going to be partly cloudy and sunny, partly cloudy and 75 by the time we get to lunchtime, and we're going to be up around 80 degrees for the warmest part of the day. Let's take you on that zone-by-zone tour of this Monday forecast. We start off up in the Cascades. Highs are going to be in the 60s and 70s. It'll end up being mostly cloudy, partly cloudy skies in the Kittitas Valley, around 75 in Ellensburg. Then for the Yakima Valley, we're going to be looking at low 80s, also partly cloudy. I'm thinking for the Tri-Cities, maybe the clouds going to start to win out as we get deeper into the day. In spite of that, highs still going to be up around 80 in the Tri-Cities, mid to upper 70s up and down the Blue Foothills. And then for the Blue Mountains, we're going to be looking at 50s, 60s, and 70s, just kind of depending on your precise elevation. Okay, high temperatures over the next 7 days. Like I said, going to be much more steady as opposed to the graph we saw last week, which was a bunch of this action. Overall, over the next 7 days, I say the trend would be subtly cooler, but even by the time we get to Saturday and Sunday, mid-70s, that's only about 5 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. So all that to say, fairly stable seasonal temperatures over the next 7 days, and our forecast is going to continue to stay mostly dry, but little shower and thunderstorm chances for Wednesday and Saturday, which we'll talk about coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. June is shaping up to rival November for sales. That's thanks to early summer deals from Amazon and other retailers. Consumer Reports breaks down this month's prime deals to celebrate dads without breaking the bank.
Summer sales are heating up earlier than expected this year.
Whether you're going big or small, you're going to see savings for Dad. With Father's Day on June 21st, we'll start to see sales around giftable items for Dad towards the beginning of the month.
We'll start with a classic Father's Day gift, a cordless drill. CR says a lightweight battery-powered model is best for most people. And if Dad already owns battery-powered tools, try to stick with the same brand so the batteries can be used interchangeably. That compatibility advice goes for smartwatches and fitness trackers, too. Pick one that works with Dad's phone and has decent battery life. Knowing how he'll use it can help narrow your choices. For example, if he swims, opt for a water-resistant model.
Prime Day has been running for 10 years, and it almost always happens in July. But this year, it's happening a month earlier, which means you don't have to wait to save.
Some of the biggest Prime Day discounts are often on Amazon's own products. Ring doorbells, Fire TV sticks, Kindles, and Echo Smart speakers. If you're in the market for a new smart speaker, choose one that works with the devices you already have. CR says sound quality is also important, especially if you'll use it to play music. Prime Day is also known for countertop kitchen deals. And if you're on a smoothie kick or a milkshake kick, you may be able to score a new blender for less. CR says for blenders, you'll want one that's easy to use and clean. Happy Father's Day and happy shopping. This is Marcy Whalen.
Happy shopping indeed. Before the month is over, CR says you'll likely see some early 4th of July sales on mattresses and large appliances, so keep a watch out for that as well. Still ahead on Good Morning Northwest, everything you need to know for your morning sprint, all those top stories, plus Josh, he has your weather top story. Is any rain on the way? Find out after this.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
You don't need to drop a ton of cash to make your home look like $1 million. You just need to hit up the extended Memorial Day Super Sale at Furniture Row. Shop top brands like Lazy Boy, Flex Steel, Borkholder Amish, and save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Score doorbuster deals before they're gone. And with 60 months no interest, it's easy to refresh any or every room in your home. Amazing selection, quality designs, stylish looks. But hurry, the extended Memorial Day Super Sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
Now at McDonald's, get more value on whatever you're getting next when you order from the under $3 menu.
Apple Valley News Now's Young Hearts thanks Shelby's Floral and Hapo Community Credit Union for supporting Bikes for Tykes. If you know a child who needs a bike but can't afford one, click Bikes for Tykes on our website. From Shelby's Floral, Hapo Community Credit Union, and Apple Valley News Now.
Vance has been keeping homes comfortable since 1986. We've got you covered for heating, cooling, and electric. We do it all. Don't leave it to chance. Call Vance.
If you're seeing this ad, then it must mean two things. It's my 75th anniversary, and you're getting 2 tacos for 75 cents. Happy 75th anniversary to me. Happy Taco Tuesday to you. Get 2 tacos for 75 cents. In-app only June 2nd. Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Our forecast is going to stay mostly dry over these next 7 days, but there are a few caveats to that. Wednesday, we could see some small chances of showers and thunderstorms. I think Saturday, we could see the same thing. But for the most part, this area of high pressure is going to dominate our neck of the woods, which means that these storm systems that look very daunting off in the Pacific, they're not going to provide us impacts that'll be too big. So here are those precip chances for the Yakima Valley. For Wednesday, for Saturday, you see just 10% chances of rainfall, maybe a few rumbles of thunder as well. Overall, a pretty dry pattern over these next 7 days. But we'll show you some of the rainfall totals we're expecting for that weekend storm system here in just a second. But to see day by day, hour by hour rain chances, thunderstorm chances for your exact home address location, you can do just that by downloading our Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app for free in the App Store or on Google Play. Okay, so for that weekend storm system, 5 in the morning on Saturday to 5 in the morning next Monday, you see most spots not going to get any rainfall at all, but up in the Cascades, we could see around a ½ inch of rainfall, especially for Snoqualmie Pass. That is good news when it comes to fire season. We'll take all the rainfall we can get at this stage of the game. And that's going to be very important because we do have winds that are going to be in the mix Friday and Saturday. On Friday, gusts between 20 to 35 miles per hour across the map, and the vegetation will be very dry. That leveled 3 out of 5. And then for Saturday, gusts across the map, this time between 25 to 35 miles per hour, pretty similar. And once again, the vegetation dryness is going to be at that level 3 out of 5. It'll be very dry out there. It's not going to be dry or windy enough for us to go with alert days, but just know on both these days, we could see some vegetation fires sparking up across the map. Okay, here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. 80s through Friday, then back down into the mid-70s this weekend. In Yakima, small chances for showers and storms Wednesday and Saturday. Then for Ellensburg, a stretch of windy weather from Wednesday through Saturday. Then for Hermiston, a dry forecast with highs in the 80s, then 70s, and turning windy for Friday and Saturday. And finally for Walla Walla, a pleasant late spring forecast, even though today's technically the first day of meteorological summer. But in general, a pleasant late spring forecast with lots of sunshine and highs in the 70s and 80s.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time now for your top headlines this morning. The city of Kennewick is moving forward with plans for a new city hall, but questions remain about how the project would be funded. City officials are reviewing 3 options: building at the museum at Kewadin site, constructing a new facility near 6th and Auburn, or renovating the current city hall. No decision has been made on a location, but leaders say they are now examining funding options as they prepare for future budgets and other major city projects. The Yakima Health District is reminding East Sela residents stay on top of maintenance for PFAS water filters distributed in response to contaminated wells. Officials say cartridges should be replaced every 6 months or as directed by the system to keep those filters working properly. Health officials say proper maintenance and disposal help protect drinking water, soil, and groundwater from further contamination. Trees and power lines went down across Grant County after high winds and thunderstorms rolled through the area Thursday night. Take a look at some of these incredible images here. Fallen trees were scattered across McCosh Park in Moses Lake, some visibly struck by lightning, as you saw there. The Moses Lake Fire Department says it got 21 calls Thursday night related to the storm, all related to power lines falling down. Pasco city officials just announced 5 finalists who will interview for the city's next police chief on June 10th. The candidates are Jeff Bratcher, Brent Cook, David Ellis, Jen Miles, and Bill Paramore. Following the interviews, the candidates will take part in a community meet and greet open to the public. Benton County is accepting applications for a program that funds local crime prevention efforts. Officials are seeking proposals for the 2027-28 Gang and Crime Prevention Initiative, funded through the county's public safety sales tax. The program supports organizations that work to reduce crime by helping youth, families, and other at-risk groups. In your national news now, President Trump seems to be backing down from his fight to revamp the Kennedy Center. The move comes after a federal judge blocked the renaming and planned closure of the Art Center. In a 94-page opinion, the judge said the law that established the center made it clear it can only be named for President John F. Kennedy. He went on to write, only Congress can change the name. The president now says he has told the Commerce Department to transfer control of the center to Congress. Police in Oregon say officers and sheriff's deputies responded to a reported domestic disturbance and shooting on Evans Street in Sandy. During the response, police say officers came under gunfire. One officer was shot, they say, multiple times and flown to a hospital, but is stable and expected to survive. Police also say there are multiple dead. The suspect surrendered peacefully and is now in custody. Switching to business news, with skyrocketing gas prices, Costco is seeing a record demand for gas. During last week's quarterly earnings call, the company says some of its nearly 750 gas stations have needed tanker trucks to replenish fuel several times a day. The company also said the demand for gas at its stations is actually the highest in its 50-year history. Costco makes only a few cents per gallon on gas, undercutting many local stations. Gas prices are also bringing new customers and more warehouse traffic. Victoria's Secret will soon begin trading under a new ticker symbol on the New York Stock Exchange. Starting tomorrow, VSCO, which stands for Victoria's Secret and Company, will change to VSXY. The company says it's making the change to celebrate, quote, sexy in all its forms. They will also release first quarter financial results tomorrow. There are more than 1,400 Victoria's Secret stores across the world. The United States is focusing on fighting Lyme disease and other tick-related illnesses. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. announced several initiatives aimed at strengthening the U.S. response to these threats on Friday. This includes a multi-million-dollar pilot program that will be based on tick control, as well as ways to help patients connect with experienced providers. Officials at HHS also say they're working toward the goal of reducing cases of Lyme disease by 25% by 2035. The Director General of the World Health Organization is in the Democratic Republic of Congo. That's where an outbreak of the Ebola virus is believed to have caused at least 238 deaths and more than 1,000 suspected infections. The doctor went to the province where the first cases were confirmed. He urged residents to seek treatment and practice safe burials. The NBA Finals are now set, folks. The New York Knicks will battle the San Antonio Spurs for the top spot. The Spurs knocked off the Oklahoma City Thunder in Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals Saturday. The final score, 111-103. The Spurs will host the Knicks for the first game of the finals on Wednesday. An Arizona teenager earns an International Motorsports Association professional racing license on his 14th birthday. That means Jensen Michaelka is now eligible to compete in professional races. When he was just 10 years old, he was taking part in national kart competitions. 3 years later, he had collected his amateur competition license. Very cool stuff there. In what's trending this morning, most people would agree Marilyn Monroe was a pretty unique talent. And today, the actress and pop culture icon would have turned 100 years old.
This weekend in Palm Springs, California, more than 1,000 people filled downtown dressed up as her. That set a new world record of people gathering to dress like the blonde bombshell. The previous mark was 254 people.
Wow, that was a big uptick there.
Yeah.
The crowd gathered around the city's Forever Marilyn statue to mark Monroe's centennial. And there you see, you got to have that famous white dress, right? And the blonde wig. It's a telltale sign. All right. Well, still ahead on Good Morning Northwest at 6 o'clock. The Wapato School District moves forward with plans for a new elementary school. Why the district says this project is needed. Plus, it's a more than $2 million question. How the city of Othello is working to expand its recreational options. And Josh, what are you working on?
Yeah, we are seeing some much calmer weather for this week as opposed to last week, but a few chances still hanging on for some showers and thunderstorms, which we'll talk about coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.